right, everyone. Did you guess correctly? Well, you know, it's a CZ. I finally bit the bullet. Excuse me. Finally decided. So this is a birthday and a Christmas present to me. Don't get what you want for Christmas, get your own, right? What we got, this is just going to be a quick tech desktop and just an overview of first impressions, I guess. You want a complete review on this, go over and check out KSGunGuy or Such00. They both do a tremendous job. I'll put links below, and Tim over at MilitaryArmsChannel, he did a reliability thing where he run it through a torture test. And it fared pretty well. Nothing scientific, but it was a pretty good test. What we got, let me set this aside here where we don't knock everything over, is the CZ P07. 9mm, 15 rounds. Seems like a well-built pistol. And the nice thing about it, it comes with 3 back straps, small, medium, and large. The small is on it, but it actually fits my hand really well. Because one of the biggest problems I have with my hands, I got this steel plate that I wear in this brace for my wrist. And being able to keep the gun without having to change it, which is what I had problems with the SIG P245, which I sold. It was a great gun, but just didn't fit me. And I don't have to change grips to hit that mag release. It's just right there, which is super duper. Just gonna give you a quick look in the box, which are just like everything else. Get a little bit of cleaning things. 2 15-round mags. Let me see if I can get this frame a little bit better for you. There we go. Of course, the back straps. And the bicycle lock. Of course, the paperwork. And it gives you 2 base pads for the magazines. And I'm going to assume it's going to give you a +1. I haven't tried it yet, so gives you a couple floor plates for it. So I'm assuming that's what it's for. And right now, this one's set up with the safety, which I don't mind at all. But it also gives you the decocker. I'm not much on the decockers, but I'm not going to rule it out. But right now we're just going to leave the safety on it to run all the testing that I want to do on it, because hopefully this is going to be my new carry gun. Oh, gives you a little bitty Allen wrench for whatever. But it's really, I know KSGunGuy, he says the single action on his would come in at like 3.08, 3.10, I believe, and Such said his come in at 4.1, something like that. And I got to believe that single action is pretty close to 4 pounds, if not much more than that. Got a little take up, and it breaks real clean. Double action, now that's another story. This thing is atrocious. It's long and it's heavy. I mean, it's going to take some getting used to, plus I'm sure it'll break in, 500,000 rounds, it should break in a little bit and seat itself a little bit better. But right out of the box, it is heavy, and I think Such said right around 12 pounds, and I kind of believe it, somewhere in that area, because it's just like an old double action revolver, which is not bad for a carry gun. But hopefully we'll get her out to the range. I'm going to say Sunday or Tuesday. It depends on the weather. It's been so dad blasted cold around here. And it's got the Novak style 3-dot sights, and they are the translucent, or I guess that's what you call it. We're going to call it that. Where if you shine a light on it, they brighten up. I guess they're supposed to last for about an hour, which would be great for range work on the indoor range. But I'm going to look at some replacement sights for it. And I'm not going to break it apart. It's got a stainless steel guide, or a polymer guide rod. I want to pick me up a stainless steel guide rod, so if any of you know a good one, rod assembly in the spring, let me know, because I just love stainless, the heavier guide rod. It gives you a little bit more weight up front. Not that this gun needs it, but I want one. And like I said, I'm going to put some sights on it eventually, but right now we're just going to leave it at that. And first impressions, it's definitely a well-made gun, and market entry for my CZ, so we will, I was actually looking at SP01 and a 75 and the 50, or the 09. The only problem, reason why I didn't get the 09 is in 40 S&W. I'm not a big fan of the 40, but it's a good caliber. I'm just not a big fan of it, which is no big deal. There's too many calibers out there. But yeah, that's my first impressions on it. I'm looking forward to getting it out to the range. It's got some nice serrations on the top front. This back. The whole thing about these Novak sights, they just don't give you much of a ledge for one-hand manipulation like a belt or shoe or table, or they devise them a little bit where they would have a bigger step on there for that. But that's neither here nor there. That's what they are. So, but there's my first impressions on it. Got to say, I'm happy with it right out of the box. We'll get her to the range, and oh, one other thing. If any of you know compatible mags, I've heard that 75 16, 15 or 16 rounder works in these. I've heard the P10 works in these. Any of you had any now what do I want to say, any experience with those? Let me know. I would really appreciate it, because these mags are like $45. I think I went into Greg Coat, and I think they're like $43 or $45, and the 75 mags is $35, and these I would use the factory mags for carry, of course, but I'd like to have some aftermarket mags that don't break the bank, you know what I mean, for range work. Actually, this is probably going to be my IDPA gun, because IDPA is based on your defensive pistol, so if I put this, which I plan on, in my carry rotation, I definitely want to use it in IDPA. What better practice for self-defense than using the gun you're going to use, right? So with that, I'm going to say I like it. We'll see how it holds up, and see how she shoots. That's the main thing. Everything I've seen on it, gets great raves. I haven't really seen anything really negative about it. Cleaned it all up. So there we have it. CZ P07. As usual, thanks for watching. God bless America and our armed forces past and present. Oh, Happy New Year.